Grandpa, it's nice to see you in person. Thanks for joining me.
Pleasure.
Great. No, I suppose just ahead of SPAR turning 60 years in Northern Ireland next year, we just wanted to get together and maybe find out from one of the men themselves what it was like to bring SPAR into the country and just to hear a bit more about its journey. So with that being said, I thought maybe you could start off by telling me what you remember about SPAR coming to Northern Ireland.
Well, it was an exciting time then, and it was very new to the province. So first of all, SPAR was founded by Mr. Adrian Van Wel from Holland, and he realised that his customers, his retailers, unless they got together and bought together and advertised their products together, they were very soon going to disappear. And that was how it started. That was why it started.
Fantastic. And when did SPAR then come to the UK, and how did that come about?
We applied to have the licence for Northern Ireland, and we were accepted in 1960.
Brilliant. And is this it here?
So that was at the time when we were officially registered as the wholesaler for Ulster, which includes obviously more than Northern Ireland,
yes.
but it's really mainly for Northern Ireland.
Brilliant. And so when SPAR came to Northern Ireland, how was that?
There were, I suppose, 50 or 60 retailers who bought into the idea, and they agreed to sign up to become SPAR retailers.
Brilliant. And I heard a story that you yourself drove around delivering them all their SPAR signage.
Well,
Could you confirm, is that true or
yes,
false?
It was indeed. It was a few days before we actually launched, and we had these little signs that were put in the window with a strip lighting in between. So I went round and delivered them to them and asked them to get them up into their windows.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But I would imagine driving around 60 stores in a day is quite challenging.
It was quite a bit.
Were there any other challenges with bringing the brand into Northern Ireland?
Well, very much so. There would have been probably about 25, 30 wholesalers in the province, and they weren't too happy because we were asking some of their customers to give us all their business. So they weren't keen on that, and also a number of retailers wouldn't have been happy because the SPAR retailers were reducing prices, being more competitive, and so there was, and those some of them would have been our normal customers, traditional customers. So we lost some business at that time due to that. It was more important, obviously, us to get a good core number of retailers.
Absolutely. And you were talking there about, I suppose, almost building the brand of SPAR in Northern Ireland. It looks like there's an old advert here from about 60 years ago. Are there any promotions or any activity that you can tell me about that helped to grow the brand in those early days?
So that was the launching newspaper in the Belfast Telegraph.
Yeah.
So yes, we would have worked with our suppliers, people like Bachelors and Van Bergs and so on, and we would have organised special promotions, fortnightly promotions, which would have been advertised in the press with posters and so on.
So I'm going to ask you probably a hard question here, but if you can maybe go back, what is your best memory over those 60 years of having SPAR in the country?
I think it was just the excitement, of bringing something like that into the province and seeing retailers accepting it and seeing it as a great way of helping them in their business. So we weren't just supplying goods to them, we were helping them to merchandise and give them retail advice as well.
What's been your most proud moment over the last 60 years of working with SPAR? And
to see just the SPAR group growing from that small tree, if you like, to something very large, who is now in 40 different countries across the world, right into even to China.
Yeah.
And to see the growth of it was exciting.
Well, I think that's one of the most exciting things about our own business. You know, this team and this group of people that make up Henderson's and make up SPAR in Northern Ireland is so collaborative in its nature and is so driven by, I suppose, working together to bring the best results for our shoppers and for our communities. So it must be fantastic to be able to go abroad and see that happening in other countries and to feel like you're not just part of a family here, but you're part of a wider SPAR family.
Yes, absolutely. You mentioned about teams. I mean, the business is really all driven by teams, by the people that we have, and we just have a superb group of people in the business leading it and working in it.
Yeah.
That is, I suppose, one of the main reasons for our successes has been the team, the people. You can invest your money in it, but unless you have the right people, it won't work.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose 2020 has been a very difficult year for all of us, and societally it's been a challenge, and certainly for our retailers. But this team, as you put it, this company is made up of many teams, from the guys in the retail side, from the guys in the warehouse, from those guys that work in trading and marketing, and HR from across the board, and everyone's kind of pulled together to be able to provide our shoppers with great food continually over this year. What do you think we've learned about the brand from this year?
I think being able to, particularly this year, to reach out to the community. So we're there to help, and a lot of our members, SPAR members, have been working with maybe the older generation and making sure that they're okay, and sometimes delivering goods to them, so that it's made a greater bond, I think, with the community.